everybody, welcome back to the Tomb. I'm Old Man Brad, and I'm here with another Discs of the Damned review. These are reviews that I am giving you going through my physical media collection. I have quite a few that I have never seen, and my patrons are voting on a lot of them that I get to do. My patrons got to vote for this review, and it is for Hell's Trap, or Trampa Infernal. This is a disc that came out from Vinegar Syndrome, and it is a movie I have never seen. I bought it because of the director, and I will dive into that here in a second. But before I do, make sure that you do all those things. You subscribe, you like, you hit the bell, and all of that, so you don't miss any more of these Discs of the Damned or any more from the Tomb reviews I do. And also, the audio version of the podcast is also over here. All right, let's dive into Hell's Trap. A group of friends go on a hunting trip on a bet to see who could kill a dangerous bear that's rumored to be killing people in the woods, but soon realize that it's not a bear that's killing people, but a deranged ex-army veteran. Co-written and directed by Pedro Galindo III, this stars Pedro Fernández, Edith González, Toño Mauri, Charly Valentino, Alberto Mejía Barón, and others. This came out in 1989. This is a Mexican slasher film. And as you can see from the cover, you know, besides the director, Pedro Galindo III, I got it because of him. He did a previous movie that I talked about on my Patreon, Vacations of Terror. He did Vacations of Terror 2, and it was a wild, bonkers movie that I absolutely loved. It kind of in the vein of something like Night of the Demons or something like that. Highly recommend checking out Vacation of Terror 2. The first one, not too bad, but I enjoyed the second one a lot more. So seeing that this had come out and then seeing the cover where you look at that and you're like, oh, a finger knife wielding killer. What does that kind of look like? Maybe it kind of looks like Nightmare on Elm Street. That is there. And this movie itself, it's not bad. It has its moments. It goes up and down. For the most part, I enjoyed the film. You have our characters, Nacho, Mauricio, Alejandra, and Charlie. Those are our main four. You have some other characters that they don't play too much into it. They have some small roles, and then, you know, they kind of get killed off. And I'll say that nobody is safe in this movie. You have this ex-vet out in the woods. So it starts off where Nacho and Mauricio they're not totally friends. They're kind of friends. And basically it is who is better than the other one. So you start off, it feels like it might be some kind of bust, like that Nacho is some cop because he pulls around the corner and he shoots Mauricio and he goes down, but then he just has paint on him. And they just play games to see who is the best. And the newest one that he comes up with is this killer bear that is out in the woods in this area. So they load up, they go out, they're going to find this bear, and the first one to kill it is the champion, basically, wins the game. Nacho's girlfriend, Alejandra, she is not on board with this. She's like, look, can we just stop already? But we get out to the woods, and our killer is this ex-vet who basically it's kind of like a First Blood where he's just off grid, lives to himself, but if anybody invades his space, it's on. And pieces of this reminded me of Berserker that came out a few years before, 1987, where there is someone in the woods, but he dresses as a bear killing people. This one, he has the claws, so he has the knife claws off the glove, but they're serrated almost like a saw. And then the mask. So you can see in here the mask. The mask is really cool. Like the look of him is cool. It's like a mannequin mask with like this big long hair and then this glove. My biggest complaint is the glove does not get used enough. There are a few times where it plays into it, but I wanted more. I wanted more of this glove, and I wanted more of him using it. He eventually gives up the glove for an M16. There's a reason why he does, which I'm not going to spoil or give away. But I wanted more glove. I wanted more glove kills. And some of the kills happen off screen. You kind of get, he'll swipe at somebody, and then you'll see a close-up of the face and blood comes out, and then there's blood on his glove. I would have liked to see more of the kills, but that's just, personally me. Overall, this movie is kind of silly. It's only 76 minutes long. It is a quick watch, but in parts of it, it feels like it's kind of long. The pacing of it doesn't always just keep going. You hope, something like this, it gets right into it and goes, but there are moments where it does slow down and you feel it. When it really gets going, you're all in, because these kids are trying to get or escape from this person who originally they thought was a bear and ends up not being a bear. Overall, this is a mild recommend from me. It's one of those that I don't hate that I watched. It was a very, for the most part, enjoyable slasher film. There's nothing new in this movie that's going to blow you away. They're like, oh my gosh, I've never seen this in a movie before. It does have a lot of, okay, we've seen this before, we've done this before, but this is just in a different setting. But we've been in the woods before. Jason's been in the woods before. Like I said, Berserker was in the woods before. We've had many other films in the woods before with a killer, so there isn't a whole lot new here. The look of the killer is cool. I wanted more of the glove, a little bit more blood, but I'm kind of a gore hound, so of course I want more blood anytime we can. And if you haven't seen Hell's Trap, it's one of those that I give it a mild recommend. It's one of those, if you're into slashers, you're into horror movies, you should check out Hell's Trap. And the Blu-ray from Vinegar, it looks pretty good. There is some scratches and graininess to the film from the film that they scanned. It was a 4K scan that they did, and I'm sure that this is one of those films that isn't high priority, so I'm sure it was locked away in some warehouse somewhere and wasn't really fully taken care of, but they did their best, and it does look pretty good. The scratches and stuff like that, it doesn't hurt the movie in any way or really take you out of it. The Blu-ray does have a reversible cover, so you've seen the one Hell's Trap that I showed you, and then on the other side we have the Trampa Infernal artwork. I mean, I love both sides of it. Can't deny the artwork on this. Both of them are great. I know Vinegar has one still, I believe, that has a slip cover, and the slip cover is the Hell's Trap cover, so you could have both of them if you want. I don't have the slip cover version, I just have the regular version. The Blu-ray itself has a couple behind-the-scenes features on it. There's kind of a short little making of, like 8 minutes, and there's one on some of the special effects. There's a car that blows up in this. So it's not stacked with special features, but there are a few on here. If you find it on a good deal or something like that, I recommend checking out Hell's Trap. I'm not sure. I don't think it is streaming anywhere if you want to just watch it. There might be a version on YouTube out there, but other streaming services, it's nowhere that I saw. Hell's Trap, aka Trampa Infernal. I give it a mild recommend. Go check it out if you want. It might be one that gets on a rotation sometimes of like, you know what, I just want something a little bit different to throw on. Well, I hope you enjoyed this Discs of the Damned review for Hell's Trap. My next one has already been voted on by my patrons. You can just go to patreon.com/oldmanbrad if you want to become a patron to be able to vote. And I'm going to be talking Worst Laid Plans from 2022. This is a Scream Team releasing Blu-ray that I picked up a couple years ago. Have never watched it. It's an anthology film. I absolutely love anthology films. They're some of my favorites. So I'm excited to talk this. This artwork is pretty badass. Let me just tell you that. That would be a killer poster. But that will be the next Discs of the Damned. I don't know what will come after that one, but I do know whatever it is, I'm going to have a good time talking about it.